Hello everybody, Tim Knight here, and I want to show you something super cool that I actually haven't seen anywhere else. Um, I've actually seen someone cobbled together something like this on TradingView with a script, and even it isn't as good with all that horror of doing it that way. It isn't as good as what we've created. So it's the rainbow tool, and this is actually a superset, an outgrowth of our recent new tools. This is a bigger video than normal, and I encourage you to use full screen on this. You know, God forbid you're looking at this on just a normal little unexpanded screen. Just click the lower right, full screen, so you can see this in all its glory. But as you hopefully know, you can customize the tool palette now. And we've recently added 3 new items: the quadratic curve, the cubic curve, and the rainbow curve. Operative word here is curve. And there's the quadratic curve earlier, like so, makes unhappy face. But the rainbow is a more sophisticated, fancier version of that. And as I say, I've never seen this anywhere else. Let me show you how it works. And it requires a certain finesse to use this. I'm almost as new to this tool as you are. So if I stumble here and there, you will, I'm sure, forgive me. But here's how it works. So here's Bitcoin, and it happened to have this beautiful sort of upward sloping arc for a while. And what I would do is I'd choose my cool little rainbow tool here and click one extreme and another extreme. So far this is like the quadratic curve. And and as you can see, we've got this beautiful rainbow. And I'm going to put it right about there. Oh, hello. See how I told you about the special touch? Right about there. And now the idea isn't to hide the entire chart. So we're gonna change the style. We're going to reduce the opacity on this quite a bit. In fact, I think I might ask for them to just default it to lower opacity, because this is really just too dark. So now that's better. In fact, let's make it a little more opaque, I guess would be the right word. Because what we're trying to do here is get a sense of where these bands are relative to the price action as a whole. And now I'm going to fine tune it a little bit. Isn't that neat? So what we've done here is it allows you to sort of, and I'll be the first to admit, there aren't that many times that a financial instrument moves in this fashion, but when it does, I think it's exceptionally helpful, because it helps you tease out extremes within the confines of that arc. And there are a number of anchor points here, as you can see, 4 of them in fact. And you can use them to move the location. So I'm kind of bending it, move the location of the arc, to widen or narrow, if that's a verb, the arc, as well as to change the width. And up here is the other point to actually change the location. But what I've done there isn't too bad a representation of the kind of utility this has. So, and I could do another. Let's just drive the point home. Let's do another one. Rainbow, one extreme, and this would be tricky because I'm in the midst of another drawn object there. This one doesn't play out quite as well. It's not quite as appropriate. It keeps doing that. Isn't that weird? I'm sure there's a good reason for that. Maybe we'll improve that. But this doesn't lend itself quite as well to that shape, so I'm just going to forget that one. But as I smoke out other instances where this is appropriate, I'll show you. But that's how it works. It's simple as can be, and certainly our prettiest drawn object. Make a little children's animation here. Whee! Anyway, so explore, and keep in mind when you see a chart which calls for kind of this arched action, the whole idea is to be able to divine points of extremity, either support or resistance, as it moves within the confine of that arc. So that's pretty much it. Enjoy, and let me know any problems you got or ideas.